Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Alex here with my co-host Rich, and today we have another episode of Championship Online Podcast, and we're here with round two with Adam Ginsberg, the owner of the West Coast Wrestling Company, here to talk about their next event here, a West Coast Summer. And this is going to be an event that you're not going to want to miss this Sunday, July 25th at 4 p.m. at the Wheelhouse. And tickets are on sale right now. You go take them at eventbrite.com, or you can pick them up at the Wheelhouse also. And again, this Sunday, a West Coast Summer, we're here with Adam Ginsberg to talk about these matches. Once again, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with us.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, no, absolutely. And it's a pleasure to have you on. And, you know, the last event, Nobody Does It Better, delivered. It delivered with, with 6 great matches. And to tell, for people that don't know, the last event, you crowned a new champion, Rick Ellis.
Yes.
Tell us about, your thoughts on that.
Well, it's almost like it's 2009 all over again. Last time Rick Ellis was the heavyweight champion. It's weird vortex we're in here. It's, he wouldn't do the match unless the title was on the line. He found a way, and like it or not. And I think a lot of this has to go due to his manager, AJ Wright. He's a slimy bastard, to say the least. And they find loopholes and all types of things that they can work themselves into, and they found one. The title wasn't being defended. Why not? Made all the sense in the world. Who am I to refuse that opportunity to somebody? So Brandon Gatson, this close, right? And the referee called what he saw. He couldn't call what he didn't see. My heart goes out to Gatson, for the fans that were there. Going off on a sidebar, Gatson took out his frustration that night on myself. So is the story over? I think we're definitely not done with that story, to say the least. But Rick Ellis being the heavyweight champion, second two-time heavyweight champion, the first being Devin Sparks. It's one thing to get to the top. It's another thing to stay there. We're going to find out if the number one contender, SoCal Crazy, can dethrone Rick Ellis this Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, when you announced this, I was kind of confused because, I think every fan will probably think of, Gatson gets a media rematch. But in this case, SoCal Crazy gets the shot. Yeah,
I mean, you can't give somebody a rematch that, right. You could it depends. The thing with wrestling is you can take whatever creative liberties you want, right? If we wanted to, we could use the instant replay rule and say, well, that title win is vacated, right? The great thing about professional wrestling is you can make up your own stories as long as it's plausible and not insulting the fans' intelligence, which is a big thing. So back to what you guys said, Nobody Does It Better wasn't a catchy tagline that I came up with. It was something that I truly feel is that the West Coast Wrestling Company puts on a show that nobody else can top. And it may take great balls to say that, but I feel like I can say it and it'd be justified.
No, absolutely. I totally agree. It's something that, I feel like no one's doing it better than the West Coast Wrestling Company. The last show, says it all. And then with this card coming up, with the matches you're putting, you have Rick Ellis, the main event, defending his title against SoCal Crazy. But then also, speaking of Brandon Gatson, he's going against Eric Cross, which should be exciting.
The most response we've had online, favorable response, most engaged posts, I guess you could say, is the Eric Cross Brandon Gatson match. It's the first time that those two have ever locked horns in professional wrestling in Southern California, for that matter. Eric Cross is a veteran. Brandon Gatson, there's no bigger veteran than Gatson. So it's going to be a definite must-see match because it's something that's happening for the first time. And I think Eric Cross is looking to not only make a name for himself, obviously, but he's looking to break out and get noticed. And like he's picking off a big bite to chew here with Brandon Gatson. This could be a night that Eric Cross has made. He has a vulnerable Brandon Gatson right now. Brandon Gatson's he's got a lot of steam, but he's very vulnerable right now, in my opinion. Could Cross capitalize on that? Hey, I'm not a betting man, but I'd have to bet that Eric Cross is going to do something to stand out on Sunday night.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for him, especially a win over Brandon Gatson. That's a good name to put on his resume, a win over a veteran like that.
Yeah. I mean, he made quick work out of Vintage Dragon at the last show. He sent Vintage Dragon out of the company, with that loss. And so Eric Cross is just looking to who's next, who's going to be next to leave the West Coast Wrestling Company under my auspices.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, definitely it's a match I'm excited for. Like
Great.
you said, Gatson is, especially with the last match, he's going to come in, fired up. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't touch me, I think we're okay.
Oh yeah, and then especially with the last event, nobody does it better. With this card, you're doing a rematch between High Risk.
Yes. Let's talk about that. So, what did the old guard do? They did the right thing, right? Anybody could say they did the right thing. They extended their hands.
Mm-hmm.
Team High Risk. I don't know if anybody saw the promo for Nobody Does It Better. That Team High Risk cut regarding the old guard, but I got this is a shoot. I got a lot of phone calls from a lot of people in the business saying you got to take that down because they're berating the old guard. And anybody who knows the business or is in the business knows you don't call an opponent old. That's just one of those things you don't do, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, if you call that opponent old and that opponent goes in the ring and shows he's old and does everything he says you can do, then there's a problem. But if that opponent goes in there, kicks your ass for saying that, I think it's fair game. And so the old guard, first time they teamed together, June 19th, man, they brought it. And Team High Risk, it's something you have to see again. You have to see again. One match was not enough for these four gentlemen. And who knows if two will be. You never know, but there's a lot of gas in that tank there.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, because the last time we talked about, with old guard, they had a match at None Other, which was an epic battle. Classic one-on-one. Then they team up. Not only that, but they faced a great tag team in High Risk, and they won. They beat High Risk, and it was just amazing to see, especially what they could do one-on-one, but now as a tag team.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the thing. Is like what they did to each other was one thing, but when you team them up, what they're going to do to people, good Lord, that's money right there, guys.
Oh, absolutely. It's a match that I can't wait to see. It's going to be awesome. With High Risk, they lost the last match, but it looks like they're going to come a little bit more prepared because they did the last match. So it's going to be interesting to see,
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking for, there's not one match on this card that you can look at and go, every single match on this card is exciting for me because it's like, if it excites me, I would have to think it excites the fans, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so we're just doing stuff that without giving it all away, man, it's going to be great.
Oh, absolutely. And then, with the next match, you have a triple threat match and you got three guys that are upcoming that are, upcoming prospects. You got Romeo Cruz versus Snipes versus Manny Mars, which is incredible. Triple threat. It's going to be really exciting.
Another, last time we talked, I said, this is a pick 'em. You can't pick these guys. You can't pick who's going to win this match because all three of these guys have a legitimate claim to win. They have a legitimate reason. All three guys. I'm so happy. Manny Mars was like a last minute replacement at the last show, and I saw that man come through the curtain, and I said he's got to be here. He has a charisma. He has a charisma. He has a talent that I haven't seen from a lot of guys. He just has, and the fact that he's representing his Filipino heritage is a huge deal too, because I think, speaking for myself as a promoter, I want to highlight as much nationalities and ethnicities as possible because that's what it's all about. I want the most diverse locker room for no other reason than I want everybody represented. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important in this day and age to have representation. And Manny Mars, man, he brought it. He's a guy that I was like, you're hired, just right off the bat. Snipes, this will be my third time working with him. The guy he's going to break out. He's just needing those matches right under his belt. And Romeo Cruz, who just won the EWF School of Hard Knocks Cup, outlasting several people. and I had the privilege to see him at the last EWF show in beginning of the month. He's got that Latin fire. He's got the look. I mean, each one of these guys have something you look at and go, wow, that person's got something. And to put all three of those guys in a match, a little inside baseball here. When I book triple threat matches, it's maybe for not the same reasons other people do. I look at it as I want to see three guys, and there's a weird number with three. I want to see three guys highlight, and I want them to highlight each other. And there's something about getting three people in a ring that you can do that with more so than if you had four or even two for that matter. Three is that magic number for me as a promoter, as a director, as a producer, to get those talents in there to see the bigger scope of things and what they can and can't do. And I'm telling you, I'm not looking forward to anything more than I am that triple threat match. That is to me going to be the match of the night, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I totally, I think I speak for Rich and I, it's going to be exciting. You got Snipes in there, Romeo Cruz, these guys, Manny Mars, especially with Manny Mars, like the last match, he brings like the style, the swagger he has, he's confident, he goes in the ring, and it's just, it's incredible to watch, especially in the ring too.
Yeah. It was his charisma, that guy.
Because Alex and I were talking, like you said, timing and wrestling is everything. And you said he was a last minute guy and he goes in there and just his entrance alone, like you can tell someone has something. And then what he did inside the ring, it's just, it speaks for itself. And like Alex and I were talking Snipes as well. The thing, like you said, you can't pick them. They're all, these young, up and coming, hungry, fighters. And it's hard to pick. In one mind, I'm thinking about Snipes, and then I think about Mars, and then Cruz is going to bring that Latino fire in there. It's just too hard to choose. I mean, it's a match you can't pick them. Pretty much, like if I'm telling all the fans, buy your tickets because you have this one match is going to pop out. From the
buy
card.
your tickets. Buy your tickets. Buy your tickets, man. Buy your tickets. That's the message
you have
here.
To be there. Yeah.
But Sunday, it's a time. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm just saying, so excited with those matches. And we're not even done yet. We still got like two more matches to announce. Every match it just keeps delivers. And then with the next match, you got Haas Hog. He's back.
He's back, and he's back with a vengeance.
Absolutely, especially with the match at like none other against So-Called Crazy. That match was, oh my God, it was such an amazing match. But as a main event, even though he lost that match, he's coming back, like you said, with vengeance, and you're putting him against one-on-one against Hellman Roseclown. So tell me about thoughts about that.
Hellman Roseclown came highly recommended to me, and I looked at his work, and he has something there. I can't put my finger on it. When I see him live and I'm able to talk to him, I'll be able to better tell you. But watching him, he possesses something that I can't see from anybody else in our locker room. He has a way of wrestling. He has a style of promo. I don't know if you guys saw his promo, but it's bizarre. It's very Ultimate Warrior like, where it's like, where is this thing going? But yet you're intrigued by it. It's very bizarre. In the ring, though, from what I've seen, he's top notch and another chance to break out. Is he going to have a fair contest with Haas? Probably not. Haas is probably going to be the dominant factor here, considering Haas is coming back with Jacob Diaz too. Who is a little prick in his own mind. But you got those two, and Hellman Rosecrown. I mean, let's just put it this way: he picks up the win, his stock goes really high in the West Coast Wrestling Company. So yet another match that, by looking at Haas, you go, oh, that's the guy. You never know. Hellman he's a quick, he's sharp, he's athletic, he's everything that you could want in a professional wrestler. And Haas definitely has his work cut out for him. It's not going to be an easy feat for Haas Hog come Sunday.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, like you said, it's going to be interesting to see where he comes from after his last match he got defeated by So-Called Crazy. So it's going to be interesting to see how.
Absolutely.
And it's not an easy test you're giving him too. It's a tough match. It's a match that he can't oversee Hellman. So it's going to be interesting to see.
No, you can't overlook anybody. That's the thing in the West Coast Wrestling Company. You can't overlook anybody because it takes 3 seconds for the whole game to change. 3 seconds. And I'll tell you what, man, this is the time. We're getting close to September, the anniversary show. People have some points to prove. I think everybody's got their A game in store for Sunday night.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then with the next match, you got Biggie Biggs, taking on, the monster of Mike Gotch, which I'm really excited to see this. Two big men going
awesome.
one-on-one. It's going to be awesome.
Let's give a little history on Biggie. In May, like none other, Biggie took on one guy and made quick work out of him. In June, he took on two guys, made quick work of them.
Mhm.
Now, what do? Now it's 6'6" monster Mike Gotch. I've not seen Mike Gotch. I've seen his work, and the kid's got a lot of potential. He's still relatively new, but like I said, it only takes 3 seconds. Takes 3 seconds to win a match. Biggie Big's biggest challenge of date comes on Sunday. What's going to happen? I really don't know. And I mean that. I really don't know. I can't tell you because I don't know myself, but I can tell you Biggie Biggs is in for the fight of his life at this point in the West Coast Wrestling Company.
Absolutely. Yep. Like Will said, like you said, he wins in none other. And then you put him with two guys, easy work. And now he's taking on a giant, which is just.
Well, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to happen? You don't know. You just don't know. It's interesting to see. It's very interesting to see how this all plays out.
Absolutely, absolutely, and especially because a lot of people, like, when we announced the match, I had to look up too because I didn't really know a lot about Mike Gotch, but then seeing his videos, I mean, the name explains itself. He's a monster out there in the ring.
If you have a guy presented to you as a legitimate 6'6" individual, that's special. That doesn't happen too often. That's very special. So the way I look at it, share a little story with you guys. The way I look at it is, wow, this is a chance to really make this guy something. It's a real big chance to see what he has and to see if this business is right for him. And no better way to go in there and find out than going against the Mack truck of Biggie Biggs. I don't know if the two guys have still recovered from the last show. I think they're still drinking soup for meals, from the last word I've heard. But yeah, nobody that's gone against Biggie Biggs has left unscathed, to say the least. So very interesting, very interesting. I'm excited about that too. So your guys' thoughts?
No, you want to say, Rich?
I'm just saying, like, as a fan, I'm excited, but then I'm terrified because I just see, like, I hope those are two giant men. I hope the ring could, hold them both. I see the building of the wheelhouse just, the roof, blowing apart. I mean, these guys, it's crazy.
The ring. I got to stop you. The ring has been reinforced. January of 2020, we had a match between Mikey O'Shea and Terex. And I was joking to those guys before they left the curtain. I said, go out there and break the ring. And the Sons of Guns actually did break my ring.
Oh my gosh.
And so fast forward to now, I've had some parts welded onto my ring to reinforce it. So, like, it's going to be up for the challenge. Let's put it that way.
Wow. That says it all right there.
Yeah. Yes, the ring will be reinforced, as they say.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Again, you got the West Coast Summers. You got 6 exciting matches. You're not going to want to miss this. Buy your tickets right now. Buy them at Eventbrite, or you can buy them the day of the show. And they'll be at the Wheelhouse in Hemet, California, Sunday, July 25th at 4 p.m. Not going to want to miss a West Coast Summer. Anything you want to say to the fans out there, Adam?
No, I just want to say thank you for the support that you guys have given us. This is the most strenuous, schedule that I've been up against in my entire run. So, like I said, it's from May to September, a limited engagement. Thank you for the fans that have supported us thus far, because you've made this a very big success for everybody. And the wrestlers I know all look forward to coming on Sunday to entertain you guys, because there's no other fans out there like the West Coast Wrestling Company fans, and we truly do appreciate you guys. And we got something great planned for you guys on Sunday night.
Awesome. And definitely please go check them out. Check them all their social medias. We'll put the links down and below. Go please support the West Coast Wrestling Company and go do yourself a favor and buy yourself a ticket. Right now, West Coast Summer tickets are available. Eventbrite, day of the show, Sunday, July 25th. I can't wait. 4 p.m. Wheelhouse. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be exciting. And definitely go out and go check it out. And that's going to do it for us, for Rich and Alex. And we'll see you guys next time on Championship on the Line podcast. We'll see you guys next time.
So long, everybody.